I'm Captain Jason Straw, U.S. Air Force retired, and I have Jerry, an ex-police officer, a retired police officer with me. And I just wanted to go over some of Indiana stuff, even though we're here in Louisiana. Indiana had over 22,000 arrests for simple marijuana possession, an ounce or less. So what happens, because we did a little research on this, is when they arrest them, it takes up so much time and the process, and it costs the state and taxpayers money.
Sure.
And so you talk about 22,000 people, their lives are ruined by the simple act of having cannabis illegal. And we were talking a little bit early off camera about your thoughts. You want to expound on how you feel about the cannabis laws and how they impact everyday citizens' lives?
Well, I mean, I think, you know what it is that, you know what, we've actually got to decriminalize it altogether. And that's the reason why, and I had no idea I was actually making history when I voted on Amendment 64, November 6, 2012, that implemented full recreational. But to answer your question, it's like I tell a lot of people, is that there's 272 municipalities in Colorado, 176 don't have recreational, 96 do. And here's my point, is that I had no idea that Colorado actually had a medical program already in place. And, you know, it's just the idea, but to answer your question, is that to me, it's a waste of time. It's a way to continuously piss people off, because October 2015 is when I discovered, and this is why nobody should be in jail for this magical plant, is I rushed, at the time, my wife to the hospital. She was going through excruciating stomach pains. Rushed her to the hospital. They did a battery of tests. They wheeled her in, did emergency surgery. Surgery was a success. That following Monday, the emergency room doctor called and said, I hate to tell you this, but you got stage 2 stomach cancer. Now you got to go to an oncologist. Luckily, she had a doctor who agreed to let her try, you know, natural medicine, cannabis, flower, vape, oils, you name it. And I just recently got an email back, because I'll check up on her periodically to make sure that she's doing fine. And this past March, she's 4+ years cancer-free.
Wow.
No radiation, no chemotherapy. And the thing that really POs me is I'm thinking, so wait a minute, you're wasting a police officer's time by arresting somebody for a plant that saved the mother of our son. Give me a break.
And you're a retired police officer
Yeah.
on top of that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what really aggravates me more than anything else, is that nobody should be in jail for this plant that saves cancer patients. I mean, it's simple, you know? And, you know, it's just, you know, it's time to get with the times all throughout this country and let people have access to this magical plant.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and our federal government has summarized over 20,000 studies and articles and case studies and gave it to Congress. So I think you're right. I think we're living in ignorance, not in the truth.
Correct. That's exactly what it is.